Alright, the set 9. Preset thoughts video, whatever. Okay. Let's see, I have a notepad of stuff to talk about, so let's look at that. Let me move it over here so I can see. Okay, the first thing, playing on the PvE. I played probably like the most PvE, or maybe not. I think I did play the most PvE because usually you don't take the PvE seriously, but then this time, like, kind of. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't that serious. Like, I wasn't playing in houses, but I played a lot. But I honestly feel like, I mean, it got me really familiar with the units, which is what the PvE is good for. And the actual patch, like I wasn't playing any of the comps because I was like, whatever. I don't care that much. Like, you'll like catch me playing fucking Vlad Timo multicaster reroll because shit's getting nerfed, and it did. So yeah, that's yeah, and glad it did. But yeah, thoughts on playing the PvE? Yeah, like even if you were on the same patch, like obviously that'd be very different, but like it's still not the same as playing on live. Like with the ladder, it's just different. Like the biggest example is that meme where it's like TFT players, we hate prismatic lobbies, and then it's like all 8 people standing on the Jace's workshop portal. So yeah. Yeah, I mean the PV is just different. I don't know what to say. But yeah. I the thing is, I like it's so hard to play seriously on the PV. I don't know why. And like I need to play seriously because I don't know. I feel like playing on the PV like almost made me worse, like not in terms of the units, but just in terms of like the actual play style because like I'm so not used to rolling down at reasonable times and stuff like that. And it's not even because people are bad. It's just like even if people are bad, like well it depends how bad, but like it's like fuck I'm gonna try to stop talking like that. It's basically like you can know when you roll down like if the lobbies are reasonable, which most of them are. Like you can know when you need to roll down when you're supposed to, even if you don't have to, but it's hard. But I mean, I can get back into it. I think like, the seriousness of playing on the actual ladder. Yeah, and this time I actually have a good sleep schedule, so I will not be tired all day tomorrow. Poggers, am I right? But also the other weird thing, I guess this is just like a time capsule. I don't know what does that make sense? But Reddit is down, so there's no like comps and guides and stuff like that. Which, well, there are, but you have to see them on Discord, which is totally lame. So I feel like people are less likely to make them if it's on Discord, and but also maybe it's like a underground thing. Like if I'm checking the Discord and other people aren't, then maybe that gives me a secret advantage. But yeah, the next thing is stats, and the biggest bullet point I have here, it says invite me to your study group. So yeah, please do that. Challenger player in a few sets or something. I don't know, man. Uh yeah, this whole stats thing, it's such a paradigm shift. Feels like we're going back to the dark ages of TFT. But I mean, thing is I feel like stats were out in season 6, but I don't know if I even like looked at them until set 7. So it's like I can probably do fine without stats, but it's just it sucks because it specifically fucks over, well, people who like stats obviously, but people who like are like casual competitive who are like, come on, wait, I want to play in a tourney or two, come on. But then like you're at more of a disadvantage because of study groups, and yeah, so I mean, yeah, that sucks. But I mean, if it's good for casual players, if it's good for the game, I mean, I'll see. I'm like open to being wrong. I don't see how I could be wrong in my assessment that if you have a study group, you this change just like widens the gap between people who have study groups and people who don't. Like that seems pretty obvious, but I mean, like I guess it's to me it's like not the benefit. Not to say the benefit isn't obvious, but it's like I'm not sure how good the benefit will feel. I mean, I know I'm not the like target demographic, but it's like I get it. People don't want to like look at stats all the time. I think it's funny. People say like, you know, clicking the lower number. That's like a casual, like that's such a casual perspective in my opinion. And like, this change is for casuals. I mean, Mortog said they're trying to prioritize fun over competitiveness, which I respect him for saying. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean that's true. I'm not sure if he means it in that way. Like I'm not sure if you ask Mortog, do you think this makes tournaments like less competitive in terms of not everyone has a fair chance? I don't think he would say yes. I think what he means by competitive is like it lowers the skill ceiling in a sense, like the relative skill ceiling. Like obviously, or like the absolute skill ceiling, sorry, because obviously the relative skill ceiling, it might even be higher because you have to test 2,000 different augments. But I mean, again, no joke about how many games it takes, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll see. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If the casuals like it, then yeah, it's good for the game. I mean, I still hate it. I can't lie. But yeah, whatever is good for TFT. I love TFT, so hopefully it is good for the game. But I do think it's funny that like so many people are like stats no skill. Like I feel like I mean there's so many different arguments, like there's skill in interpreting stats, but also it's like if you think like here's how I think it benefits casuals, because if you think about it, if you're not watching a lot of streams, like you're still at a disadvantage. You're probably at even more of a disadvantage against people who are watching streams. But I guess the idea is that like for casuals, most of them aren't watching dish soap 4 hours a day, so it's like, I mean, you're at less of a disadvantage like if you're not using stats. But then also the people who aren't using stats, it's like about stats and care enough to be mad about it, but or not mad about it, but like about stats and care enough to like know you're at a disadvantage, but like it just seems like weird. It's like on the actual TFT subreddit, the day the change happened, there was no post on the front page about stats. That's so crazy to me. And it's like do these people really care? Like I don't know. And also the legends is a part of it, but legends I'll talk about later. The patch, I guess I'll talk about them now because this one says the patch. The patch seems good. I mean, I won't go into it because what's the point? But yeah, it seems good. They nerf slayers, they nerf multicasters, which is what I want to see. So I'm happy. Play some 4-cost flex, maybe 3-star reroll, 3-cost 3-star reroll, maybe. Probably not, but 4-cost flex, yes sir. Seems good. And for legend, I mean, it's probably just Ornn, right? Like, he literally got buffed. I didn't read the patch notes too much, but they gave snipers focus AP. Like, isn't that just make it in the most broken item of all time. So it's like Bis on like one, two. Okay, I can't count. Probably like two, three, four cost carries like Kaisa, Aphelios is probably Bis on them, and then like I mean it's really good on who else? Azir. It's not crazy on Azir, but it is good. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Sniper's Focus. Yeah, just pick Ornn, but maybe Yi, maybe Yi. I think it's so funny that they picked TF in China. Like that is just so wacky to me. I mean, there's a reason North America won Worlds, right? Nah, I'm kidding. But I do think it's interesting they picked TF. But I respect that they have their own meta. I hate Pandora's personally, so I'm a hater. But I mean, I can see. Well, I guess I don't really see how it's good. Like so, like I just saw Bebe talk about it. He's like Silver Pandora's like that's okay. The rest of them like it's kind of sus, and I definitely agree. A little sus in my opinion, but I don't know because like well, I'm not a statistician or even good at the game, so who am I to say? But one thing I hate is like having items sitting on my bench, and then like if you're good, can't you play around your items? And then also like it's like anti-tempo at 3. Like it's not super anti-tempo, but like there's so many strong combat augments. It's like you're taking Pandora's. Which I guess kind of is like it does make you stronger. So I mean, but I don't know. The next thing, the last thing, mental. Oh, also I have a new account. I like to make a new account for the season start. I have a banger name. Maybe you'll see it in the challenger video. Hopefully. But yeah, the mental, yeah, it's gonna be tough to adjust from PB, but I'm gonna try to be chill. And one of the things is this tweet that is on the screen in the background. And this tweet is like a meme, but it's like actually motivational for me because I get like like the mental struggle. I mean it's hard the whole time until you start sitting. Basically if you're playing ladder, the mental struggle is hard and it's not like scary, but it's like in 24 hours that your mental state is going to be is going to be shattered. So it's interesting, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try to be better about the mental state. Got good chill playlist with 2 nanashi mumei covers in it. So yeah, we will try to be calm. And yeah, the last thing is this tweet. Yeah, I said this tweet is so funny, but it's also like so real, because Setsuko, like one of the best ladder players of all time, top 2, 3, like recently, probably top 2 with dish soap. More historically, you think of like Milk, and then who's the other guy? Oh, Mismatch Socks. But yeah, Setsuko took 28 games before he went first in 8.5. And if you look at the scores, they are not good. Like, no offense. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 top 4s in 28 games. Like, but I mean, he's like indisputably one of the best players in NA. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. Okay, thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Yeah, funny tweet. I like it. Oh, subscribe to Nanashi Mumei.